Okay, so we're gonna start with chromatic black, and we're gonna start by practicing applying color pencil to the page. So I grabbed the colors that were here. Obviously we need a black color pencil for this one, and this is the only time we're gonna use a black color pencil. Everything else is gonna be manipulated using these colors when we need black. So we have violet, so just make sure you have the right one. We have violet color pencil, we have mahogany. It can't be red, it has to be these colors: mahogany, green, and blue. Okay, so those are the ones I'm using in this square. First things first, let's practice using our color pencil. And I know Miss A has, talked to you about pressures of the pencil and things like that before. So I'm just gonna zoom us in a little bit. Okay, we should be able to see this black color pencil. First thing I like to do whenever I'm working with color pencil is obviously you draw your image or you work on your image. And I like to pull up the pencil. Two reasons. The lead does not really cooperate really nicely with the color pencil, even though this is black and it wouldn't be really a problem, but if you use yellow and other colors, sometimes it really doesn't look too great. So we're gonna practice using a really light hand and applying our color pencil in layers. Our whole lives we were taught to just color it in, this way. I like to use this technique called varnishing, with a B, not varnish, varnish, and you're buffing the color pencil into the page. So I'm using a circular motion. Circle, 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 circle. Using the circular motion to apply layers. And you guys can see it's a black color pencil, so it's gonna be naturally a darker value. So we're just gonna apply it really lightly. This little worksheet is gonna show you guys you can do so much with color. You're gonna learn so much. I'm so excited for you guys to complete this and hand it in. It's going to be really a fabulous little project. Little study, color study, never hurt anyone. But that's really the purpose of me doing that. So, okay, so I have a nice light layer. Once you get more comfortable with the pencil, working in these lighter layers, as you get something that you're happy with, obviously I know this is a black color pencil, so I'm gonna be happy with it, you can press a little bit harder. So I'm just gonna press a little bit harder and fill in this sphere. Because this color I'm gonna match here using those other colors. This video is going to be probably 2 parts. One part of me completing this top, and then the other part will be me completing the sphere, so you guys can see how that happens. All right, so we have our black circle here. So as I'm finishing up, still using that circular technique. I like to also, when I'm putting those first layers on, you'll see me do it with this one, I like to hold the pencil up higher versus like this, because 1, you guys can't see what I'm doing. 2, you're not more naturally to press darker, like you want light layers. All right, so I want to try to match this. Now, these 2 color pencils are Miss A's absolute favorite for adding shadow. So all of these, but these 2 primarily. I've never realized that you can get black using all of these 4 colors. So we need a green color pencil, a violet color pencil, a blue color pencil, and a mahogany. This black color pencil I'm gonna take and I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna make these colors. First things first, I'm gonna pull up a little bit of my pencil and there is still a circle there, but just pulling up a little bit of my pencil. I'm gonna go in with this mahogany color pencil first, and I'm gonna put it on there very, very lightly. So layering all these eventually should give me a black. I should get something close to it. It's not gonna be dark like this. It's gonna have more values in it. It's gonna look richer. It's gonna be more, not so elementary. It's gonna be like a nice tool to use in your future of color pencil, if you ever use it in the future, or if we ever go back to it in this class. So I'm using that varnishing technique, really buffing this. I need this to be black, so this is a little bit of a heavier hand than I normally would do, but not too heavy. Just so you know too, pressing harder on the color pencil isn't going to change the color that you're given. It's only going to make it brighter. It's only going to make the color pencil like stand out and more vibrant, and it's going to leave like a waxy finish. If you notice, you don't want that waxy finish. It's really immature. It doesn't ever look nice. So now I'm going to go ahead and layer my violet. So this is a warm color, and I'm using a cool color on top of it. So these kind of are going to cancel each other out and start building like a grayish value, or a grayish as we call it in the art world. So it's going to be like a grayish value. Still using that circular technique. I'm just covering more area. So, you know, still light value. I'm going to switch to my green color pencil. I went out of order here. That's okay. You can go in order. You can go out of order. I don't care. You're going to get to the same place anyway. Once you start adding this green color pencil, it really starts, you know, darkening up. Pressing a little bit harder. Add blue on top. Then I'm going to repeat that process again, pressing a little bit harder, and I should get something that's pretty dark. Don't cheat and use the black color pencil. I'm going to know if you did, so don't do that. So I'm pressing a little harder now, going over anything that's like really showing with each layer. You can work in smaller circles if that helps you. You can work in bigger circles if that helps you. So I'm looking a little bit more on the red side, so I'm gonna go in with this green, and that should do the trick. Yep, there you go. So you want this chromatic black, all these different values. Ooh, broke a pencil. And you can definitely use the electric sharpeners in my classroom for them. I just keep this hand one so I don't have to keep stopping. If you were here for this worksheet, you know that I kept this up at my desk. All right, so I used all of those, and I have a chromatic black. I'm gonna switch my colored pencils out. I'm gonna leave my green. You can leave these out to the side, but I'm gonna start with my green here. I'm gonna use green. I'm gonna need yellow green, so make sure you have the right one. That's yellow green, yellow green, green. I'm gonna need yellow, which is right here. Oop. And I'm going to need golden yellow. That one's always hard for me to find in here. And that's a regular pencil. And this one doesn't, of course, doesn't have it, but it's golden yellow. It is a different yellow than that one. So just make sure that, you know, you have that one out too. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and pull up some of my pencil. Sorry for my sound effects. And I'm going to fill this in using just the regular yellow-green color pencil right out of the box. And as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to put this yellow-green back because I don't want to cheat and use it for the other one. Still using that varnishing technique, even though I'm working in bigger circles. Working in bigger circles cover more, take less time. You can work in smaller circles if you want. You want to just practice. This is all about practice. This is all practice. This is our little project we're going to do. You don't want a harsh outline. You want to brush that color pencil, push it into the paper. Let's go ahead. I'm going to try to match this. So let's go ahead to those color pencils, getting rid of this one. I'm going to grab these. I don't need my regular pencil. So I have yellow, green, and golden yellow. I'm going to start, once again, pull up some of my pencil, especially with yellow. Oh boy, you don't want to put regular pencil underneath yellow. It never looks right. All right, so I'm going to start with regular yellow, just a regular yellow color pencil. And really, really lightly, I'm going to put that onto my circle. the lightest I possibly can. Really, really lightly. So I have a yellow circle. I'm gonna go in really quickly just once with this golden yellow. You don't want to use too much of this because it is really, really yellow. So I'm just gonna brighten that up just a little bit. And now I'm gonna start going in with my just green and yellow pencil. So I'm gonna go in with some green because I have a lot of yellow base down there. And remember, the green is your darker color, so you just wanna make sure that you cover with it. And already it's starting to turn yellow-green, but you know that's not like acceptable. It's like we have to make sure that we layer a little bit more. Still using that circular motion. It's kind of hard because this color pencil now is a little wacky. It's not pointy enough. That's the other thing. A lot of people try to do this with unsharp color pencils and it really doesn't work. So you really have to make sure that you are getting up and sharpening them or grabbing a pencil sharpener or something. Just make sure that you're using sharp pencils. So really have to get this even. Like this is almost unacceptable in here. I shouldn't see those lines, so I gotta kind of go over it a little bit more. And I'm starting to get like a yellow green, but not really where I could be. So I'm gonna go back in with my yellow. And there we go, it's starting to change now. So I'm gonna start making these layers a little heavier. Not too heavy that it's really waxy, but just a little heavier with my colored pencil to make them kind of finalized. So it's about building color. This whole part down here is about building color. It's really all that it's about.